we want to play as a team. We want to play for each other. So my mindset, honestly, was just do it for my team, and they need me right now. And I'll be the first to admit, like, that wasn't my best game. But at the end of the day, like, I had to do it for my teammates, and I had to figure out some way to get us a point. And I think at the end of the day, like, that was my mentality: just do it for my team, do it for other people.
44 attackers.
It was pretty at all, and we knew that, and we just kind of had to figure out, like, okay, like, we're not playing our best volleyball across the board, but we're still going to figure out a way to win. And at the end of the day, we just talked about having each other's backs no matter what happens. And I don't really know how we did it with 44 attack errors, but we did. So definitely need to work on that, and it was ugly, but at the end of the day, we got the win, and that's all that we care about, is bringing the win back to Nebraska volleyball's program.
A lot of that was from Wisconsin's block. They had 14 blocks in the second set alone. Just how did you guys try to get out of that?
I think just swinging high hands, but also I think it was more mental than physical at the end of the day. Getting stuffed blocked that many times is a very big mental obstacle, and so we went to the locker room and we were like, look, it's 0-0 right now. In between the second and third set, it's 0-0. Like, it doesn't matter what just happened in that set. We just have to go out there, keep swinging. We knew that we couldn't just start roll shotting and tipping balls because they would just transition them and get kills. So we just kind of had to make a few adjustments, swing really high and keep swinging hard and find ways to get kills. I mean, they're a great team. They're a huge physical team, and they're going to get blocks, but we just had to find ways to get around them.
What does it say about your squad's resiliency that you guys bounced back from that second set, you bounced back from a Wisconsin match point and set 4 and then win it?
I mean, we've talked about it all year. Like, this team is very ready and very resilient, and there's never a doubt in any of our heads that we're going to lose. Even like after that second set, there was never a doubt that we were going to lose. We knew that we were going to find a way to come back, and I think having 44 errors and finding a way to win just speaks how our team is. We're going to find a way even in the ugly, and that's what we've been talking about a lot this year, is winning in the ugly no matter what. And so we always find a way, and I think that's one of our biggest strengths, is we're just going to have each other's backs and figure out a way to get around it.
What was it like playing in that atmosphere in there tonight?
Yeah. I mean, we know how Nebraska fans are, and that crowd proved it. I know that they said, like, the attendance record when we were playing, but I think we all knew Husker Nation is, like, a great fan base, and that's exactly why. And they're a big part of why we won. Like, their energy and everything that they bring to our games and our support is more than, like, we can't even explain how much it means to us. So they're just as much a part of that as we are, and they continue to just be there for us and support us no matter what.
To do it without Lindsay, what does that say about the team, and what was she providing in terms of support on the sidelines?
We have so many people that can step up when we need to, and that's exactly what Allie did. And Lindsay's a huge part of our team. She's a very big vocal leader, and we all have to step up in that aspect just to help pick up that slack. But Allie did an amazing job, and that's exactly what we practice for. Game changers are what we need, and Allie did that.
Harper, I think Lauren told the story on the radio about when your class visited for a Wisconsin match that they lost, that you guys told Cook, when you get here, Nebraska wasn't going to lose matches like that.
No.
Do you remember that?
I do. We have, we actually talked about it today. The freshmen and Jalen have a group chat, and in one of the text threads from like a year ago when we lost to Wisconsin, he was like, that's not happening again. And we all were like, yeah, we got it. It's not. So I think just to prove that happened, and we didn't even play our best, and we still pulled out a win. So I think that mentality that the freshmen have, and I know that Merritt's a big part of that, just because we all look to her as a leader, and having her there for us. But like the freshmen, we know we have big roles on this team, and we have to prove that. So just having that mentality and going out there every day, just swinging.
Merritt, what's it like to have a player like Harper on your side of the net? That, I mean, the game hasn't gone pretty, but to be able to step up in those moments and deliver the kills when the team needs it.
Yeah, it's huge. And we talked in the fourth set, and I was just kind of like, look, what do you need? Like, you're in this position for a reason, and you're one heck of a player, and if you weren't, you wouldn't be out here right now. And so I know that she has a ton of belief in herself, and sometimes I have to remind her a little bit because she's really hard on herself, and that's what makes her so good. But I mean, it's huge. I think all of our freshmen stepped up at very big moments during that match, and it's really cool to have Harper, obviously, but also all of them be able to step in big moments. It's very special, but they all just have a ton of confidence in themselves, and they know what they bring to the game, and they know at the end of the day what they can do, and they do it. So lots of credit to all of them.
Amy's so animated. I mean, she was ready to cry when she was serving the last few because she's just so impressive. What does she bring to the team just from an emotional standpoint?
Yeah, she's a firecracker. She kind of lights the fire for us, and she's always going to bring energy vocally and, like you said, like body language wise, she's always giving to the team. And I think it's very good to have some people like that and to have a little more calm, steady people like most of us on the team are. But I think she kind of lights the fire and gives us the energy that we need in those moments. And like you said, she's a very emotional player, and she brings that day in and day out.
This feels like a match that you can learn a lot about yourself and take forward, especially as you want to keep progressing. What would you say you learned most about yourself, at least so far, without having watched Kate or anything else? Just thinking about this night.
Well, one, I would say the resiliency piece. Yeah. You can have 44 errors and still find a way to win on this team. And so I think Coach always talks about building the callus and building all those experiences that this team necessarily doesn't have. We're building those experiences every single day that later down the road we can rely on. So I would say that would be the first one. And then obviously the second one would be not to have 44 hitting errors. But that's something that I'm sure we'll be working on a lot this week in practice, and Coach will have an answer for that. But I would say those would probably be the two biggest things for sure.
Speaking of Coach, that may have been the happiest I've seen him. Very smart. Just what was it like seeing him soak in the moment too?
Yeah, he's been great this entire week after Northwestern. He showed that he believed a lot. I think that was huge for us going into this match, is if Coach knew we were going to win, we were going to win. And so seeing it pay off and seeing the win actually happen for him, it was just so surreal. And the rest of the team was already in the locker room, but like him with the student sections out there, I'm going to make all of them go watch it back on TV because it was the coolest thing ever. He like put on one of their little cowboy hats and was dancing around with them. Like, it was so cool. I think those are just the moments that make all the sacrifices that we make worth it. So it was very special.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
My heart rate is still, oh my god, it's still 120. It's still about, what?
Hello.
Yeah, it's still in the 120s. Yeah.
I'm sure they might
Maybe, well, maybe it was the guy that didn't know where he got it in the first place. I went to the front desk and class, and one person I asked, I go, where did you get it? He's like, I don't know. I was like, did somebody hand it to you? Did you just come across it? Like, how did you come into possession of the study? I don't know, just right here. I'm like, it's so clearly these inputs for how you read your class. Go run it.
Yeah, it was 34-26. Somehow USC got to 32-26. Oh, I guess that was a touchdown 2-point conversion. That's what I don't know. I'll have to watch it back.
I got somebody else.
So for your dogs, they check for your life. I wouldn't do it. She's also maybe next time.
Already?
Yeah, it's impossible. It's true.
You never know.
I'll do it. No, I'll still match 10. I'll do it. Do what? I'll lead off with, so match 10.
Just gonna match.
Like, hey, this is a really big night for you. Understood. You had your horse on TTN. What were your thoughts on that?
You also gotta learn cowboy hat. So exciting is that workouts.
I wonder how many questions you would ask now about the match before you would be like, what's it
What?
I want to guess how many pages the volley talking thread is at?
106.
112.
138?
206.
Seems like.
One for every
Only 50 of those were before the match.
It wasn't even close.
You just got in our today.
I can tell you how hard we're sitting, but I can tell you that the points are there.
Everything that has to play football. Oh man, I missed out on Carson Strong.
I remember one time they liked it a lot. I really liked that.
Yeah, I wasn't writing 2 stories in 30 minutes. So we did it. What? What? Why are you laughing at me?
I'm sorry, I'm still not over the fact that
Yeah. It was a third party.
But you don't watch it before?
no one's like Nebraska runs theirs entirely in before like, I can tell you all the answers to all the questions.
They also do it on Fridays.
Like no one is like, hey, let's just test. One. Where's the question?
Here we go.
MVP. MVP. What?
Oh, it's
Like how long? Very first thing he says when he comes out.
My deadline was tonight.
Say it before he gets to the table.
I'm saying right here. What are some past the camera?
It'll be just here.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that before. That makes sense.
What? I am just. No, I saw it.
7 kills.
Split the difference.
But you're very safe rated, so there you go.
14, yeah, it was 14. It's just an so right. Or moving yeah, it was that's okay.
Yes, good. Man's I like it right.
USC lost. And he ruined Caleb Williams. Like, come on, girls. Like, Caleb. Playoff. Because
they didn't just lose. These kids wouldn't talk about
it's like, I'm just going to bring Alan Screech around with you everywhere you go. It was it makes it terrible. And then it's like, yes. It's like Williams scores up for pretty much all matches. And sometimes you can't do that. And they're not going to be there next year. They're going to go to the Big Ten. I mean, it's like, there's a like clear Big Ten top team. Well, like traditional. Maybe that's okay. There's one or two things. I was gonna say there's one or two things going on. There's a lot of just can't see when I said something. Or Robin's done this thing too. Robin did like so I don't know. I'm wondering if there's something where people can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like people can't see.
You're in there? Why are you in there? You need to yeah. So you're the set up this model for
Yes, it's true.
Look, if he's not gonna get in here, I'm gonna have to hurt him. Yeah.
So you go find a hat.
Like one of my favorites. I do appreciate that the time of this is 1 hour 14 minutes. There's no way.
We just talking game files.
After they got the
Restarted, yeah.
There's no way. You know, only 5 hours in a night. Come on, everyone.
Yeah.
Super fast. Wrong.
Yeah, they have set one at 1:14 and set two at 1:14.
The entire match just consistently took an hour and 40 minutes.
Wow, I can't believe anybody's there.
That sounds awesome.
Don't make me do my job. Stay away.
Has anybody known who the two guys who actually fell on the court?
Hi.
Boss man here yet?
No?
No.
Do you want to talk?
Well,
No,
listen to
walking
you.
down the hallway now.
Well, listen to you, Jay.
He's getting stabbed by me.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's actually been signing autographs for 20 minutes.
Can't do it away.
It's like 5 steps away.
All right, I'm going to share this. Best part of the night. The irony of Nebraska made a lot of hitting errors, hitting out, and I guess I don't get fined for talking about the referees like other sports. And it ends on we hit it out, and a referee standing.
Amy, it was just match 10 in the Big Ten.
Were you listening?
Welcome to the Big
us
Ten.
earlier?
No, I wasn't listening. I've been all over the place. Just match 10. Just another match in the Big Ten. But you saw a team that really, really fought through a lot of challenges tonight. Things weren't going our way. Wisconsin was playing really well. We were really struggling in games 2 and 3. And that team did not quit, and they kept believing. And we kept telling them, you know, it's going to come down to 2 points at the end in Game 4 and 2 points in Game 5. And thank goodness they give you an extra green card in Game 5. So I did my job and got the final point.
So what did you see? What were you told to make you want to challenge that point?
The girls were. They were telling me the net. They got the net, and Jalen was pretty confident too. And you know, they give you that extra one in the Game 5, and so those guys know. They know when they touch it. They know when they don't. I mean, they're very good at that. And the only one they missed tonight was the one down the line that they thought the Wisconsin libero touched. And it really looked close, but the guy called it, and they also thought it too. That's why Wisconsin challenged it. But
So you're pretty happy for match 10 after that one.
it's just another match. But no, what was great was we this match had a lot of buildup. You know, it was the first time 2 undefeated teams, 1 and 2, played against each other since 1998. And so there was a lot of hype. The crowd was fired up tonight. Football got a great win today, which made it even better. And it was a match for the ages tonight. I mean, 2 great teams battling every point, and it was a great match. And we just happened to find a way to be 2 points better. Was it 2 or 3 points better? 2 points better, yeah.
Harper was struggling in set 4 and then made 2 huge plays at the end and then dominated set 5. Can you kind of put into context what kind of performance that was?
Harper got chewed out at that last time out in Game 4, and she responded really well. You know, Harper's a competitor, and you know she did struggle tonight, but she passed really well. She hit 3 bomb serves in Game 4. And where we really needed it, made that 3-point run that really got us back in Game 4. But she's a competitor. I'm super proud of her that she was able to find a way. And I told her in Game 5, I said, when we get to rotations 5 and 6, you're going to have to kill some balls because you're going to have opportunities. And she got an unbelievable kill on that one out of system. She went up off one leg and killed it. She got another great kill, and she got him to net on the match point.
John, what do you think you found the way to make up for getting out hit by 100 points and getting out blocked as significantly as you did? It doesn't really show in the stats. Where was the difference?
Craig Skinner, who coached with me twice as a Kentucky coach, he always has a saying. He says, volleyball is a funny game, and sometimes the stats don't tell the real story. And that's a lot of hitting errors, but you also see we killed 69 balls to their 53. And that's a pretty significant gap right there. Even though we got blocked 18 times, we still were killing balls. And if you kill balls, it keeps you in the game, even though we had a lot of errors. But a lot of those were, you know, in streaks in Game 2 and 3. And again, that's what's that's what I'm just, blown away with this team, how they could stay in it through all that and still believe. And Harper's great. I mean, Merritt was hitting negative and ends up getting 21 kills. I thought Allie had some huge kills for us when we needed it. And Bergen struggled at times, but look what we hit in Game 5. I mean, Bergen set a masterful Game 5.
When you talk about just how this team can bounce back and you being amazed by that, is that something you can teach and bring out of them, or is that something they gotta bring on day one?
We train it, and we talk about it, and we try to develop that, but it's something inside them that they have, and it's a trust, it's a belief, it's, some teams have it and some teams don't, and this team has now shown they've got some pretty special stuff. And again, I'm telling you, these guys are ultimate competitors. And, I'll say this. Probably if I had to give an MVP tonight, it might be Laney. Laney, I think, hit every serve but one. She passed really, really well, and she made some digs that just inspire our side. I thought she played really, really well tonight. But, she's not in the stats, and nobody's talking about her. She was a difference maker for us tonight.
From the second the match ends until you walk into this room, what's the coolest thing you saw or heard from somebody?
Jumping up and down with the students in there, the student section. There was 1,200 students here tonight. They were camped out all day waiting to get in. And I said on the TV interview that, one of my dreams has been to have a great student section here. And to see that, it's awesome.
So what was that fifth set like? Sometimes fifth sets, one team kind of goes on a run and it just kind of ends. What was the play like at the end?
Well, Wisconsin was just side out, side out, side out, and then we lost a point here, but we stayed within 2 points. And then we made it, and I told them at a timeout, I think I called it 10-8. I said, you guys, we're going to side out, and we've got to make a 2 or 3 point run. And that's what we did. I really don't remember how. We got a couple great touches. Harper got a couple kills. I think Merritt had a big kill in there, and Laney got him in trouble passing a little bit at the end there. So it's a kind of a blur, It's probably like overtime in football. It's just like bang bang, 3-4 plays and game's over. So that's what it feels like. But they showed a lot of poise in Game 5.
It felt like the crowd got back into it at the end of set 3 when Sheffield was talking to his players for a long time before deciding whether to challenge or not, and got a yellow card and didn't win that set. But did you carry some momentum from that, beat off the crowd a little bit into the fourth?
I don't remember, but I know you could feel our crowd willing us to keep going. And I do now remember that it got pretty loud, and but my ears are ringing right now. I'm sure you guys are too. The crowd was awesome tonight and fired up, and you could just feel it. It was just, even though it was match 10 in the Big Ten, there was definitely a little something extra tonight.
Yeah, you said 1,200 students. You ended up with 9,198 people.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
How many more people are you going to pack in this place?
I don't know. Probably the fire marshal's probably coming Monday. So I didn't know we could have that many. So maybe that's a misprint.
What does a match like this do for a team that's still trying to figure out what it's capable of and what the possibilities are this year?
Over the years of coaching, you're looking for big wins like this, that when you're down and you come back, it'll give us a big shot of confidence and belief in our team, and it's just you can't manufacture that. You can't train it in practice. It's just something that has to happen throughout the season. And so I think winning at Stanford was a big boost. Beating Minnesota and Ohio State in the first weekend was a big boost, because our first freshmen have never played a Big Ten match. I mean, there was a lot of nerves in that weekend, and then this was the next really big one. And so this gives them a stronger, deeper belief.
Find a way to keep one of those hats or get one of those hats to keep.
I have one in my office. I already got one.
Is that your favorite cowboy hat you own now?
Maybe. I don't want to make the governor mad. He gave me a really nice one. I know this. The Western Nebraska Cowboys are going to be pumped up. I was wearing that red hat. So the social media guys are already going to be putting that all over. So, yeah. So those are for my Cowboy friends.
All right.
Okay. Sorry about the deadline, guys.
The deadline was in the middle of set 5. I had to make a game time adjustment.
Long match. All right. Thanks for being here. No.